you a little bit more information because in that live that I did, a lot of it was
shout out to Dee Dee. Shout out to Dee Dee for this. This is Dee Dee was on YouTube. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. All credit to her. Let's get into it.
it out, you guys couldn't hear me. So I wanted to bring it back just to kind of give an overall idea of what is going on and what could possibly happen in this whole situation. So listen, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to play a clip, let them tell you basically what's happening. And also, I want you guys to chime in the comments. Let me know what you think about this Jay-Z situation. Do you think this is all a hoax? I definitely want to hear from you. So if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Share and like the video as well. And hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z.
Nice. Pants that fit like a glove. If you're a big and tall man, we offer this solemn vow. You'll never hear, "We don't have that in your size," again. Unless you see this commercial again. In which case you will. DXL. Wear what you want.
The plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana.
I couldn't be more excited to announce our next generation version of our Marin boots and our Bulldog boots. First and foremost, we upgraded our leather to a USA barnyard resistant leather sourced from Texas hides. That leather can withstand manure and urine in the harshest of environments. Next, we have a new slip and oil resistant sole that also is high heat temperature all the way up to 572. Next, we put a microfiber heel backer on the inside of the boot. Not only is that going to hold the back of that boot in place over time as you slip in and out of it, but it also is going to hold your foot in place much better. Last but not least, we redesigned and made our insole system proprietary. It's now called a cushion insole system. Those are just a few of the things that went into these boots. You guys spoke, we listened, and we built it.
That's an example of how a lot of times
Jay-Z is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" He added, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here.
Now, before Joey gets into it, he's the professional in all of this. He can kind of break it down and tell you guys what is actually happening here. But of course, Jay-Z is denying the allegations. Now, also, this young girl, who was 13 at the time, claimed that she was dropped off at the venue and was told that she would be Diddy's type, allegedly, and that...
First off, why was this girl even at the VMAs? That's what I want to know. And why would an adult drop this child off? That don't make no sense.
You know, they escorted her to where he would be. Why this 13-year-old girl was trying to meet with them, I have no clue. Another question that people are going to have is why didn't she add Jay-Z to this lawsuit in the beginning? Because this particular lawsuit was filed in October, but it was amended where she added Jay-Z in it recently. And so now he's defending himself. People are going to ask, why didn't you add him first? Is this all made up? And the prosecutor here is going to explain all of this to you guys, just in case you were not sure what was actually going on. Let's continue. Let's hear what the prosecutor has to say.
I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors, and if true, right, you could pursue it criminally.
But how are you going to prove that after all this time? Unless you have some substantial evidence to back your claim, and we don't know if she has that, but to come out and sue, one would think she might have some incriminating evidence to prove her case. I mean, I would think that she should, because how are you going to prove this, something that happened 20-something years ago?
Why are you coming out after 20 years? That's why I don't understand.
In court now, how are you going to prove, because at this point it could be her word against his word. How are you going to prove this unless on those tapes, the Diddy tapes, Jay-Z is on them, and perhaps she has that in her possession and that's going to be the smoking gun? We don't know. Only time will tell. It's really just going to boil down to the burden of proof, and we don't know if that person has proof, because for her to add, which seems kind of odd, to add him, maybe there is some proof that will show both of them. And if it is, oh man, that's going to be crazy work. But let's continue, y'all.
Back to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right? More than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's
Since we introduced customization services alongside selling flowers, our store traffic has doubled. Expressing emotions through flowers is especially meaningful to our customers. Xtool F1 makes customization as simple and safe as printing. In special holiday, we use Xtool F1 Ultra to DIY preserve flower to strengthen the relationships to our customers. From selling flowers to creating exclusive memories, our customers love to come back for another unique purchase.
Blaming a victim and parsing out the facts that we feel like
there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality. And
now, who is the dad? Is the dad going to testify? Who is the clerk at that? Is that person going to testify? Are these people going to come forward? And who is? Because a lot of people have been speculating that this person may have been an up-and-coming artist. If this goes to trial or whatever, then that's when all of the evidence and the things are going to come out. If there's any evidence, if there's anything to prove that this is the truth. Let's continue.
We'll see what happens if the DA looks and investigates.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? Mm-hmm. The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter letter is a letter being sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can sit, we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. Jay-Z saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether...
And that's basically what Jay-Z did. Jay-Z said I saw this letter, gave the dude the middle finger, and said this is that this is blackmail. Fuck you. It's basically what he said. He basically gave the guy the middle finger.
Not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
Yeah, and Jay-Z came back incredibly forcefully against these allegations and really singled out that attorney as well for being, I'm paraphrasing here, but greedy, saying he's out to get money and calling that letter essentially blackmail.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Jessica, also suing the attorney, saying he's intimidating him, harassing him, etc. Now, demand letters are not new. What lawyers do is they send them out as a matter of protocol and practice so that you can expedite the process. At the same time, there's certain ethical standards that you have to use, and you have to have a good faith factual belief that this is true.
Right.
Now, you can argue this complaint was filed in October, right? Could have mentioned Jay-Z then. You didn't. Why? It was amended now to include him. Are the factual assertions true? Are they fact or fiction? Is it a money grab or not? All of that will be litigated in a court of law, but according to Jay-Z, this never happened, is pure fiction. It is a money grab, and he's fighting for his name, reputation, and certainly innocence and justice in his view, which is he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he's going to defend himself, as he should, because, like I said, if these allegations are false, that needs to come out. That needs to be shown that this person is either lying, allegedly, or if they're telling the truth. Either way, the burden of proof is going to have to be there. If you're going to come out and accuse somebody of such a heinous act, then you have to have the proof, because to do this, you would think that you would have something to back it up. Or are you doing this and, trying to get a payout, get a quick money grab? What is it? So Jay-Z has responded and said, listen, no, he responded to what they call, what they said, a demand letter. Let's work this out in, civilly, where it would be monetary gain, where Jay-Z would have to pay agreed upon amount monies to the alleged victim to make this all go away. But he's saying, no, I'm not doing that. If this is what you're claiming, go ahead and sue me criminally. Go ahead and sue me. Don't just try to get money. Sue me. So we got to look at that as well, because he's saying this is absolutely not true. So he has a right to defend himself.
I do miss when they were little, how they'd always make those Christmas cookies to leave out for Santa.
This is the 65 quart ultra tough Arctic cooler, and I actually put it to the test in quite a few fun different ways. And this thing is ultra tough. I am April Wilkerson, and I'm a builder. I am always running and gunning, whether it be in my work or in my hobbies. And I put a high value on function, durability, and high quality. And that's why I resonate with Arctic here, because they are overbuilt, but not overpriced.
Himself. So once again, we will see how this goes down, because I mean, at the same time, listen, there have been much speculation. We saw Jaguar Wright on Piers Morgan saying how Jay-Z allegedly is worse than the diddler, and so there's a lot of speculation, and a lot of people have been talking about Jay-Z and the shenanigans, and how him, Diddy, and others are into this type of thing, and that's all speculation, allegedly. But speculation is not proof. Speculation is not factual. You can speculate, you can assume all of these things, but until the proof is right there where you could see it, then that's just what it is, speculation. So she's going to have the burden of proof to prove that this actually happened. And once again, this happened in 2000, so I don't know what proof she would have. The diddler was recording it, and amongst those recordings, that one is in there showing that happening, and then that would be it. That would be it. But we don't know if she has that or not. We don't know if that's part of evidence or if she has anything, or it's just she, trying to get some money. And if she realizes it's not going to go that way, then it all of a sudden just goes away. We don't know. And will other people start coming forth as well? That's going to be the kicker. That's going to make it even more messier. And I don't know. This is interesting though. But let's continue to hear what he has to say.
You touch on a point too that I wanted to ask you about, which was that this was an amendment to this already existing lawsuit. What are people to take away from that? The fact that they're coming back and adding to this now with this specific name.
Yeah, Jessica, so it depends. That's also common. You could amend lawsuits, right, as a matter of course, and you do, to include certain factual allegations. The interesting thing to me in terms of your question and the takeaway, if you had this information about Jay-Z, it happened allegedly in September of 2000, why not include it in the original complaint? What happened between October and now that necessitated you putting in, and it's a question of credibility. Was he celebrity A, right, as was noted in the October complaint? Is this pure fiction? And what's interesting in the complaint is he really, that is the lawyer, tries to tie Jay-Z to Mr. Combs in so many ways, right? Birds of a feather is the argument that he's making. You can make that argument. You need the facts to sustain it.
Right.
Let's see if they come up with any facts.
Right. Like I said, she would have the burden to prove that he actually, in fact, did this to her. So without any proof or anything, it's just hearsay. If it's a money grab and you don't have any proof, then you more than likely probably won't get the money because Jay-Z is saying, hey, this did not happen. I'm not paying you a dime. He's suing the lawyer involved, saying, hey, I'm not going to do this. The lawyer, on the other hand, is claiming that he's being harassed and followed and his clients are being harassed and asked questions and all of these things. So, it's just going to be going back and forth until they get to the actual truth of what actually happened. And I guess only time will tell. So we will see how this unfolds, you guys. This is crazy work. I'm going to leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this Jay-Z situation. Let me know what y'all think of this. Do y'all believe the person who's accusing him, or do you think that this is a money grab? Let me know in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.